Hey everybody, I am finally back with the what's in the shop video I promised. I tried to do one the other day and the video cut off on me, and then I went to the beach for the weekend. So I'm back from the beach, and let me just tell you, we stayed at some beach cottages at the beach, and the beds were like toddler beds. So yeah, I had a great time at the beach. I didn't sleep at the beach, but that's okay. And I have been busy back in the studio the last couple of days. So I thought I would show you guys just a few things that are in the shop right now. And let you know what I have coming up, what's going on. So yeah, here's a pile on my table of just a few things that are in the shop right now. I have packs of the library catalog cards, and I don't have prices in front of me, so I will just leave a link in the description box of this video so you guys can just hop on over to the shop and take a peek. But these come in packs of 20, the library catalog cards, and they're the real deal, not not scanned and printed. They're the real deal. So I've got those. I've also got, I don't know how many of you have seen these, the vintage wooden spools they all have a yard of different kinds of lace on them and some type of an embellishment on the top, whether it is one of these pretty prima flowers or a vintage button. Some have vintage clip-on earrings that I've taken the back off and stuck them on. So yeah, check the shop. I think there's about 50 different ones, or no, 25. Sorry, 25 different ones in the shop right now. So you can take a peek at those. So I've got the lace spools. I've also got piano rolls. Let's see, what's this one? This one is a Remember. And I got some new fun ones. I do need to update the pictures, but look at this one's got the metal ends, not the plastic. Cool, right? And as some of you know, I'm in the process of working on a piano roll journal class. It'll probably be sometime in July, and I think it's going to be, I think I'm going to do it on YouTube so everybody can come into the class live. So you'll purchase it through the Etsy shop, and then we will have a private video where everybody that has joined the class can come on in, and we'll probably do it over the course of a weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of a thing. And you'll be able to go back and watch it if you weren't able to, be there live. But so more to follow on that. But let me know, how many of you are interested, and it'll also come with some supplies. So yeah, there's a tidbit about that. I've got the seed packets still, the craft. They don't have the window, and the gray does have the window. Sorry for the dirty hands, dirty and inky. So this loose leaf binder journal, I'll just do a quick flip. There is another video on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to do a full flip on this one. I'll just give you a quick peek. This is made out of hardboard, and it's got screws, so if you want to take it apart and change pages or add pages, you can. And it's, in the junk journal theme, there's all kinds of, there's pockets and sewing and forms and digital stamping. So this one's in the shop. So there's that one. I'm gonna save this little trunk for last. The Poppy journal. Let's see here. Let me scoot some things around. Let's move this little guy. We'll come back to it. And then we'll take a peek. Take a peek at the Poppy. So this one is 8 3/4 inches tall, 5 3/4 inches wide. It's got a 2-inch spine, and it's just all poppies. with a pretty journal plate on the front. And then inside, I have started to try and master tipping in the end pages. Now this one turned out pretty good. I think this is my second try. Yeah. So this one is just filled with all kinds of sewing and bits and pieces. There's some ribbon sewn on there. I'm gonna try and make this a little bit of a quick flip since I've got 2 to flip through. Parchment paper. There's ledger paper. There's some Tim Holtz fabric sewn on. That's Tim Holtz wallpaper. Tons of sewing in all kinds of forms and ledger. More parchment. There's some little cards clipped on there. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's got 6 signatures and just under 200 pages. And there's flowers and mushrooms. Here's a page out of a very old agricultural almanac. Ooh, look at that. My words are working today. It's a little tiny file folder with some collaging. Inter-office memo. Some more sewing and a little tuck with an envelope and a little note inside. Railroad sheet. There's some more sewing, and I really did set my cup of coffee on this page by accident, but it looks great. I think I'll do that from now on. I'm gonna set some tea stain pages next to the coffee pot every morning, and that way everybody can just stain them up for me. Right? There's a little tuck spot with a little notepad tucked in there. More parchment, another tuck with another little notepad, and this one is just a couple of library cards sewn together that you can use for a notepad. I'm on a notepad kick this day, I think. Some more sewing. This is one of the Edith Holden coloring book pages that I've tea stained. Some little bag with some tea stained paper inside, just some collaging on the front. Here's, excuse me, a tea stain envelope that I have Mod Podge some of the Tim Holtz. What kind of paper is that? You know. I can't think of the word. See, there went my words for the day. Anyway, there it is. It's pretty. The other side of that tea stain page, you can see where I've placed it on that plastic tablecloth I have. I love how that transfer comes through. Some more sewing, some old ledger with some sewing on it. Vintage pages there. This is a piece of the Tomy River paper. And most things that I use in my journals, like, you know, my favorites or things that people ask about all the time, are linked down below at the bottom of the description box. Here is the other side of that Tomy River paper with some grungy fabric and a little bitty rusty safety pin on the end there. The other side of that vintage ledger. Some more sewing. There's like one tuck there that's got a coin envelope with a note, and another tuck back here with a card in it. There's that one. Lots of different kinds of pages. This is out of a vintage loose leaf binder. That's where I got the idea for making those. There's a little tuck spot here with a journaling card right in there. And there's the other side of that page. Some more parchment. The back page. And here we are at the back with the book plate. So that's the Poppy journal. So there's that one. Then, let me see if I can get this whole box in here. So then I have this yummy little box of goodies. So there's, I'm gonna show it all to you guys, and then I'm gonna move the box out of the way so I can do a flip through. We've got the journal. I've got two of the little Tim Holtz ladies with some very vintage trim. There's just over a yard of that on there. So everything is gonna come in the box as you see it. So, and one of my little notepads, I'll show you guys that. So this box, you see it's wood, and I've just lined it with some really pretty quilted fabric that I got from a dear friend of mine. You know who you are. And this is all gonna come in this darling, look at this box, isn't it cute? It closes here. It also closes with these. And then it also snaps. So cool, right? And there's the end. And this guy is about 12 by 8 by 6, I believe. So I thought that was fun. So let's take a peek at these. This is just a spiral notebook that I've made. I'm having fun with my little cinch machine I got. And I took a couple of the beautiful library cards that I got from Julie at the old design shop, and I just used those for the front and the back. And then I filled it with all different kinds of paper. There's tea stain paper, there's parchment, and every other page has got the little hand with the pen. So there's tea stain, parchment, and it just goes like that through the whole notepad. So that little guy will be in there. And then I got this fun new size. Let me grab a ruler here. So this journal is 8 3/4 tall and just under 4 inches wide, with this beautiful flower textile fabric and the 2-inch green spine. And you know, I left all the tails. I know some people don't like them, so if you want it and you don't like them, you can just snip them right off. And let's peek on the inside of this one. So on the inside, front and back, I used some of the vintage file folder in there. And then I put one of those fun new handmade metal plates I got on here. And there's just a couple of tags in the front pocket with a quote. And again, just, you know, all different kinds of paper and sewing and tabs. There's some music paper. This is newsprint paper. And again, I'll double check to make sure that I've got all these different papers and the links to them down below if you guys are looking for some. There's some more out of that. I think this one was from one of the vintage Sears catalogs that I have. And some notebook paper, digital stamping, there's some sewing with a tuck spot with a library catalog card, some vintage ledger that I've reinforced with some washi that has little postmarks on it. And this is a glassine bag that I've Mod Podged on, and there's two little tags, one ledger, one not, tucked right in there. Look at this. It looks like something chewed the corner of that page. I think that was fun. All the names and the beautiful handwriting. And there's some more the vintage book pages. And the other side of that glassine bag has got one of the old railroad luggage tags tucked in there. Some more sewing. Digital stamping. Some more. I used the leftover fabric from the cover to put these little tabs at the top. Here's one of those vintage railroad pages I have. And here is another little tuck spot with a vintage check from 1927. Again, it's the real deal, not a photocopy. Just some book pages. Here's the other side of that bag. And there's two little tucks in this one. So in the first one is an inventory tag. And in the second one, there is a coin envelope and another tag. Tucked right in there. I'm trying not to rush, but I don't want this video to be an hour long either. There's some more sewing on a ledger. Some more book page from an old botanical book. Some more tea stain ledger. Little page tucked in here. Some more book page. So I've got a few custom orders I'm working on, and I've got a couple of, I'm just gonna chat while I flip. I've got a couple of, this is the Edith Holden page, mulberry paper here. I've got a couple of mini journals I'm working on. I'll give you guys a quick peek of the covers here at the end. And I've got the grandkids coming soon to stay for 12 days, so it's going to be busy around here. Some script on that page. Little typewriter. I love these pages. Some more digital stamping. The other half of the mulberry page sewn on there. The dictionary page. There's another one of the adult coloring pages that I tea stained. So ice cream receipt. An old calendar page. And here is the back. And I have tucked in a little Exlibris plate in the little pocket back here and a little card. So if you want to stick that on there. There's that one. So all these guys will come in the little trunk. So that'll be in the shop. And I thought I would show you guys quick these vintage linen and lace packs that I have in the shop. So you get somewhere between 12 and 15, depends on which one, pieces of vintage lace and trim. There's metal embellishments. There's laundry pins and garment pins. Each one on the back has 4 pieces of vintage ephemera, a circus ticket, either a check or a check stub, a vocabulary card, a postcard, and a little bag that has vintage buttons and the tiny clothespins and one of the Tim Holtz people and one of the big paper clips. So you can see this one got one of the vintage pearl buttons and a little key and a little pendant and buttons. And there's all the goodies on the back. Hopefully I'm in frame. And this one's got, this one's got slippery. There's a key and a pin and a clothespin and all the goodies in there. And if you guys are, want to see more of what's in these, or you just want some other photos, just reach out to me. You can send me a message on Etsy or send me an email. more than happy to send you a few more pictures if you like. So that's those, and then I told you guys I'd show you those little mini journals I'm working on. One quick minute. Excuse me. So I just made the covers. I'll just show you guys those. These little guys are 4 1/4 inches tall and 2 1/2 inches wide. Super cute, right? Look at that. So I think I might try and work on these this afternoon and get them up in the shop. There's a Nature's Garden with the green spine. And then here's a fabric covered with the plum colored spine. So I will have these two little guys probably done in the next few days. I've got the pages already, I just need to get them sewn in. So that's those. And I think, you guys, that is it for today. Like I said before, if you have any questions or you want to reach out for a special order, whatever you guys need, just, you know, shoot me a message. I usually am able to respond within an hour most times, and I might come back on a little later tonight and do a live video and just share some of the goodies that I found out doing some vintage shopping and just chit chat with everybody for a while. So I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon and be safe this coming holiday weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.